Hello and welcome. Apologies for that. It's the last day. People are exhausted. Welcome to the NamLAN 2020 prize giving stream. Welcome to all our viewers, our athletes, and our teams that have been awaiting for this moment eagerly. Today is all about the winners, for those who fought hard to get to the top. And to take you on this journey today is myself, Flip de Brain, and to my left we have the lovely Miss Junelle van Skalkwijk. And right before we get into this, of course, we need to pay thanks to those who made this possible for us. So, Miss Junelle, take that away for us.
Okay, so first up, we need to extend our sincerest gratitude towards Logitech for making this event possible as our main sponsor. Apologies. And next up, we need to extend a big word of thanks to Future CC, who handled the bulk of the technical and behind-the-scenes type of administrative duties of NamLAN 2020. Up next we have Bander Designs. Thanks so much for contributing towards the Assetto Corsa for this year. Without this company, this would also not have been possible. Next up is Evolve IT, also involved with the Assetto Corsa for this year, who contributed a great deal towards this event. They paid for like the skins of the Mini Coopers, organized Daniel Haynes for the final stream. So thank you so much for adding such great value to the Assetto Corsa for this year. Next up, SimRace Africa also contributed tremendously towards the Assetto Corsa. So thank you so much. Without you guys, this would not have been so successful. And then last but not least, Intergate. Thank you so much for the support towards Warzone and CDL. We sincerely appreciate it, and we hope to see these companies again next year.
Yes. So, moving on then, we need to thank our partners, but right before we can do that, we need to do a shout out to a very awesome team. Yes. Yes. Love my Yoda, a very awesome team. OGC Esports was very kind enough to lend us Love My Yoda and their stream on twitch.tv/OGC Esports. They were a very, very awesome team in streaming. I really love what they did with the streams.
Oh yeah, wonderful.
Yeah, I know. So for those of you who like the streams, for those of you who like Call of Duty type of games mainly, they will be doing that. They are very competitive, as you will see also later on in the ceremony. So big thank you to them for their time and dedication, and we hope to see them again in the future. Support them if you did like them, and of course, like I said, they do streams throughout the year, so yeah, check them out. Then moving on from that, I'm just going to kind of step back again and look at SRA or Sim Race Africa. The technical minds behind the sim racing part of NamLAN. I don't think the sim racing Assetto Corsa would have been anywhere near the level that it was without them. The servers, the points, the administration afterwards, they reviewed to see what happens in the races, that who played bumper cars and who did actual racing. So big shout out to them. Thank you for your time that you have put into NamLAN for us, assisting us, and hopefully we'll see more of them in the future. Then lastly, I'd like to thank all the volunteers. Nessa and NamLAN unfortunately does not pay wages, so these people work on their spare time, their free time, to make the event as awesome as it is, either from a technical point of view or an administrative point of view. To name a few: William Alexander, Nico Stoffberg, Andra van Skalkwijk, Salumi de Brain. So there's just a few, there's many more. If I did not mention your name, contact me. I owe you a drink. So thank you to all of these volunteers behind the scenes. You don't know how much this means to us, and we're only able to pull off events like this because of these willing type of volunteers. So then, right before we continue, there's a last group we need to thank.
Yeah, and of course, those are the participants and the teams who partook in this year's NamLAN. So without you guys, this surely would not have been possible. So thank you so much for your support and participation. We really appreciate it. And then besides that, I need to point out one more gratitude towards Flip de Brain. Thank you so much. He has carried the bulk of NamLAN on his own shoulders. So we sincerely appreciate it, Flip. You've done an excellent job, and yeah.
Thank you very much for esports. Hopefully, esports in time will start growing itself.
Yeah.
But no problem. Thank you. But again, it's all because of you guys that we could do this. So thank you for your participation. So let's get to the first item on the agenda, which is our prize giving. We're going to do it in 3 parts. We're going to do the prize giving or the prize mentions for the games. Then we'll be doing that code giveaway. And then we'll be doing NamLAN Champions. So stick with us through everything. But for now, let's get to the games. So the first game will be League of Legends. In 3rd place, a random team, a new team to the scene, but still they fought all the way up to 3rd place. Well done to Naga. Really bringing a splendid performance to the NamLAN League scene this year. So well done to you guys, to the players and the people behind the scenes there. Hope to see you next year. Bring your best game. 2nd place, also a new team. Very interesting gameplay they brought to the table. EE, it took 2nd place this year, so congratulations to that team and all the players involved there. We hope to see you again at NamLAN next year. And then, of course, this year's number 1, you know them, you love them, the Namibian TDS. So welcome, not welcome, but congratulations to TDS. We hope you go and sharpen your skills even more and make sure that everybody that partakes NamLAN in the future, especially in the league scene, is up to standard. So well done to these teams, and of course well done to TDS specifically. Moving on to COD CDL. Now this was the first year we had CDL. Very interesting. Luckily we had some brilliant guys behind the scenes. Quick shout out to Udo there for helping us just manage things there. But now let's get into it. So the first person that we need to mention here in 3rd place is Agency. Well done, Agency. Good games. We did watch some of the streams together with OGC Esports. It was a very interesting tournament for us, especially as NamLAN. This was our first one, so well done to you. In 2nd place, we have Aces. So well done, Aces, for that 2nd place on the podium. Also very good games. I did watch the final myself. That was quite interesting. And then, of course, 1st place in COD CDL, OGC Esports. Very good performance by their team, both on and off the cameras. Thank you guys for such a great display of skill. Hopefully you'll polish that. I think Cold War is the game we're moving out, onto next year. So hopefully we'll see you guys there again. Then moving on to Dota. Now, people, listen. I have in all my years in NamLAN not seen a final like this. Best of 5, went to 5 games, but we'll get to that now. 3rd place, Brats. Congratulations to you. This was a random team. The Namibian team split up because they did not put all their players in one team. But some of the players were in Brats. That was very brilliant performance by them. Then moving on to 2nd place, that was IDMB. Now, people, let me quickly step back for this final. Best of 5, went to 5 games, and the finals was an hour. This was one of the most competitive, closest games I've seen in a very long time. At the end, IDMB took 2nd place. Well done to IDMB. Iceman denied my barracks is the full name. A little tribute to Stian there, who could not make the tournament. Thinking about him. But well done to this team. Then moving on to 1st place is Bright Time Gaming BTG. Well done. As I mentioned, that final was hair-raising. It was hellfire and chaos, but they managed to pull through. So congratulations on that 1st place BTG. So then moving on to the last game, Warzone. Now, this is also the first time we had Warzone at NamLAN. Very interesting to watch. It's conducted very differently than most of our other games, as contestants have a certain time period to do as much games as they can and upload the top scores. But there was definitely very good competition there. Watch the streams. For those of you who watch the streams, you should know that there was so many games there. Originally, we wanted to show some clips, but in the end there were so many and so good that we couldn't decide. So we'll show that for next year, so that we can have a very good or better differentiating factor between what to show you. But nonetheless, let's get to the teams. In third place, Mtwetwe in Warzone. Well done to them. That the points was not too far off the point placements on the website for those who are interested. In second place, we have Aces. So this is the second game in which Aces takes the number 2 spot. Well done, Aces. Definitely a force to be reckoned with in the Call of Duty scene, whether it's the CDL or the Warzone. So well done to Aces and everybody involved there. And then in first place in Warzone in 2020 is Dynasty Gaming. Well done to Dynasty Gaming, putting on a brilliant performance. Very good points scored across the board from the start to the end of both Warzone legs, both in the first and second one, the 21st and of course yesterday in the 28th in the finals. Well done to them, really solid performance. So that is all from my side for these games. So we're going to ask Miss Yunal to do the scoring for us for Assetto Corsa, as she's been there, so she might be able to give us a little bit more insight when it comes to the Assetto Corsa part.
Thanks, Flip. Yeah, the Assetto Corsa was tremendously exciting this year, as we saw some actual racers actually also participating in the event. So that it was really spectacular, guys, especially the finals races. But then, without further ado, let's get into it. In third place, walking away with the 2,000 Namibian dollars, is Mr. Adrian Nel with 42 points. So congratulations, Adrian. I'm so glad you reached the podium, and better luck next time in reaching a higher position. In second place, walking away with $3,000, we have Jog Buta with 43 points. So congratulations, Jog. You guys put up a hell of a fight on the racetrack. And then in first place, walking away with a whopping 6,000 Namibian dollars, the one, the only, Charles Wilton. So congratulations with your 47 points, which led to your victory in place number 1, and we sincerely hope to see all of you again in next year's Assetto Corsa at NamLAN. So, and then that concludes that for the prizes of the game titles for this year's NamLAN. So we're just going to have a brief look at the plan for next year before moving on to the champion of NamLAN for this year.
So, as mentioned, we will be looking at the prize giveaway shortly, and also talk a little bit about our plan for next year right before we get to the NamLAN champion part. So for those of you who were after the giveaway from Logitech,
the code, streams, guys.
After the moment we go to this intermission, unfortunately that submissions will be closing. I would like to point out something about the prizes. We did mention it on the registration, but we've already had numerous questions on this, so I'd like to just highlight this. The prize money will be paid latest by end January. This is because there's certain administrative processes we have to follow as an association. NamLAN will be contacting the winning parties to get all the details, so you don't need to do anything. We will contact you if you are one of those top 3 spots in any of the games, or whether it's NamLAN champion. We'll contact you and do the prize money. Please trust us when we say we will do it as fast as possible, but there is some red tape that we need to go through. So right now, we're going to go to a small intermission, and then we're going to get to that random giveaway code. Stick with us. And welcome back after that short intermission. Hope everybody's still with us. I know all of you are very anxious to see who won that prize. We'll get to that shortly. As said, we quickly want to just share our plan for next year. 3 points we want to share. First off, we are not sure what next year's NamLAN will be like. We're not sure if it's going to be completely online again, whether or not it's going to be a hybrid with all the games played beforehand and a physical finals. We're still debating this. There's of course a lot of other things we're debating in the back end, whether or not we're going to open it completely for international players or still have limited international players. There's a lot of thought processes still going on behind the scenes, so stick around. And of course we will be talking to our community as well and see what everybody thinks before we get to that final decision. Point number 2 I want to raise. We did mention it before on the streams, but I'll highlight it again. We will be having game polls for next year, meaning we'll ask the community what games they want at NamLAN. Because, you know, there's been a lot of people who's asking for this and that games. So we will be having polls to check what the community wants. Point number 3, there will be game criteria. So this goes hand in hand with point 2, but separately, because I want to just expand on this point a little bit. We've mentioned in our previous streams how the games are chosen, their affiliations, how they fit into the Namibian gaming scene, how they synergize with all the other projects that's going on locally and internationally. And of course we need to look at the player base. Just to, for example, we've had requests like Rocket League, Age of Empires, Fortnite, Apex. I can sit here for 2 days naming games, but there are certain criteria that we will need to look at in terms of selecting games. So those are our plans for next year. But of course we need the community to talk to us when we do put out these polls. There are plans, we are still talking about this, to have maybe a stream next year, not as the NamLAN committee, but as NESA, to have interactions like this with our community, to do feedback sessions and things. We'll be looking at all these different options, or just send out surveys. There's a lot of different options. We're looking at it, but we will involve the community next year. So that's enough rambling from me. Let us get to that prize giving, and it will be done by our lovely Miss Yunel.
Okay, so the code giveaway is coming up, guys, but let's first have a look at the item that will be given away courtesy of Logitech.
Ooh.
Wow, what an amazing prize, guys. So yeah, the Logitech G Pro X headset is up for grabs, and we will be announcing the winner very soon now. So let's just build the tension for a little while. But yeah, I need to mention that I'm thoroughly pleased with the person who won the lucky draw, as it's actually from the Assetto Corsa team, like player base.
Yes.
So yeah.
And just a slight background on this headset. It is one of their flagship products. It's a very good quality, and I mean, I've read reviews on this because I was actually thinking of getting myself one. It's really an amazing headset. So yes, let's take a look at our winner, Miss Yunel.
Yeah, the winner is Mr. Tommy Leary. So congratulations. Please do contact the NamLAN team to claim your prize, and yeah, congratulations.
Congratulations indeed, Mr. Tommy Leary Moss.
And yeah, then we can have a look at the champion of NamLAN. Hey, Flip?
Yes, let's get to that. So, right as we get to the grand finale of NamLAN 2020, we will need to announce the NamLAN champion. I'd just like to quickly rerun how NamLAN champion was calculated. Number one, you get a point for participating in titles, which means that if you participated in all titles, you got a point for each title. Secondly, you get a point for your placement in that title. So overall, if you played one game and you had a very high placement, it's unlikely that you will beat someone who's participated in more titles but didn't place as high overall, because the participation itself can also contribute to, tremendously towards the participation score. But now, without further ado, let's start from the third place. So in the third place for NamLAN champion for 2020, we have Paul Bingle sitting at 7 points. Well done, Paul. That was a brilliant display of skill. Unfortunately, you came up in third place. Going to second place, we've got a very unique situation here. In third place, we got 3 people tied, which is Udo Steinbach, Maro Teles, and Matthew Smith, all sitting on 8 points. That's very rare that you actually see a NamLAN champion tie, yeah, tied with scores, especially in second place, because normally the ties came in year third to fifth place. But that's a very good display right here. And definitely that means a lot more people are starting to push for that, whether it's the prize money or for the glory. But well done to all these contestants. But let's get to the main man of the year. Your champion for NamLAN 2020 is none other than Mr. Brent Blake, sitting on 9 points, beating the competition by 1 point. That massive stalemate. So well done, Mr. Brent Blake. You are our NamLAN 2020 champion. We will make sure that you get your prize as well. So that brings NamLAN 2020 towards its conclusion. We again like to thank everybody who's been with us throughout all these streams, who supported the games. For those of you who participated in the games, there were a lot of wonderful teams, strong teams. Some fell out earlier, some fell out later, but nonetheless, please know that us as the NamLAN committee and NESA really appreciate your participation.
Yeah, we enjoyed having you. And besides that, I would just like to remind you guys again, if you're enjoying any part of the NamLAN event for 2020, please do like, share and subscribe our channel. Your gesture of support will go a long way in assisting NESA in doing better even in future. And also we will be having some of the interviews that were conducted with select entities during the course of NamLAN 2020. These interviews, for those of you who are interested, these will be uploaded to the NESA YouTube channel within the next week or so. So if you are interested, please do keep an eye on that interesting content coming up.
So right before we close off NamLAN 2020, then technical team, do we have anything from the chat? Nothing. Everything seems good. So with that, we as NamLAN and as NESA thank all of you once again. Thank you, Logitech, for making this possible. For those of you traveling, please drive safe, and we wish you a very merry festive season, a happy new year, and hope to see all of you back next year, healthy and happy, and then for our NESA and NamLAN activities of 2021. Until next time, take care.
Bye-bye.